Where were we?
Where am I? Mom?
I'm gonna keep this.
What's up, Chemical Guys family? Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode of Detail Garage. So today I just want to take a step-by-step breakdown of how to protect your guys' leather, and what better way to do that by showing you on this beautiful M3. It's a canary yellow, and one of our video producers just picked up this car. It's been in storage for a really long time, but now he's going to be using it as a daily driver. So I want to show him how to properly maintain and protect his leather, because it's going to be exposed to all kinds of elements, UV rays, and anything else that can dry it and crack it over time. So before we jump right into the interior, I thought it'd be a good idea to bring Octavio in here, and he's going to explain a little bit more about his car, tell us what his plans are, and also we're going to show him how to do it properly so he can keep this routine going, keep his car looking its best for as long as possible. So come on down, Octavio. How does it feel to be on this side of the camera? Your hands are so sweaty.
I know. It feels weird, different. Yeah, it's just different because like I've always filmed you in every episode that we do, and it's the first time actually showing my face in front of the camera. Now I see how you feel.
Yeah, it's not as easy as people think it is. Octavio's filmed me in almost 400 different videos, and this is his first time being on camera, so bear with him. Before you guys start commenting down below, be sure that you like the video, because it's going to be Octavio's first time on camera. Like the BMW, drop your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications. Now let's get started. So Octavio, tell me about your beautiful new car.
So one of our good friends that you know, the Kaiser, he brings a lot of cars to the shop that we've done previously for him. He bought this car about a year ago from the first owner. The owner upgraded the car, he tracked it, and he tried his best to maintain it. And like he bought it, used it a few times, and just left it there because he has other cars. So this is a 1999 M3. I just bought it. I really don't know much about BMW, so I'm barely learning. So this is my first time having a European car.
So what attracted you to this car?
Just the body style, the interior, the performance. I just drove it once and I just got hooked.
And this is how you learned how to drive a stick shift, right?
Yeah, this is actually my very first time driving stick. Like I've never driven it, but like I told you, I got used to driving automatic with both of my feet, and I just transitioned to manual and kind of made it easier for me.
Oh, so you're talking about you learned how to drive stick by practicing on an automatic car. It's a lot of things that people do, you know, like just pretending to do automatic, but now you've learned how to use your stick shift. And how do you like it so far?
It's awesome. I really enjoy it, and learning little by little, couple tricks that I'm learning from you guys that you're teaching me as well how to do. So it's a pretty cool, fun car that I'm starting to learn.
So if you guys see a canary yellow BMW money shifting on the freeway, just stand clear of it completely, right?
Yeah.
Or at least if there's a hill, watch out. So you said it's got a beautiful yellow paint here, but obviously it's been sitting indoors, maybe outdoors once in a while, and it's got this light layer of dust on here, which we'll address in another video. But for today, we're going to jump on the interior, because it doesn't necessarily matter which you start with, interior or exterior. Sometimes people start with the exterior because you don't have to come inside or outside so much, but since we're demonstrating and also teaching Octavio how to detail his car, we're just going to start with the interior, because one, it's really hot today, and also this is going to be the things that you're going to see the most is your interior of the car, because people sit inside the car, obviously. Most of the time you're driving inside of the vehicle, but your seats, they get a lot of abuse from your jeans, UV rays. This car doesn't have very dark tint, not yet at least, and that's the kind of things that damage your leather. So we're going to jump on the interior, show you the cleaning process, and then we can do the exterior probably tomorrow or another day or something, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
So now we're moving on to the interior of this BMW, and as I mentioned before, there's a lot of temperatures going on today. It's very hot. As you can see, I'm sweating. It's so hot it actually killed one of our cameras, but we're going to power through it. So Octavio, this is your interior. Obviously you know more about it than I do, but it looks fairly original for the most part, but it's covered in its own kind of dressing that gives that really shiny look. And a lot of people know that leather is supposed to have more of a matte look, more of that crisp sheen, but also from being neglected, it's going to start drying out, and that's what starts the rot and cracking. So what we're going to do now is, as you see on the seats here, the bolsters and everything, the padding, it all feels kind of rough. But to start off, we're going to clean it using some leather cleaner. Basically, this is just going to safely clean any of your leather goods here. You can spray it directly onto the surface, you can spray it onto a brush or onto a towel, but this doesn't need to be diluted. because we're just going to be doing some real heavy cleaning to remove any of the old dressings on there. I suppose you could dilute it lightly for maybe your dyed leathers like your reds or the brighter finishes, but for the black it should be fine. So what we're going to do here is also take one of our leather cleaning brushes. This is a horsehair brush. This is going to gently pick up anything that's on the surface. It gets down to the surface of the hide and then really brings up anything that's on the the leather itself. So we'll spray it here, avoiding getting any of this into the crevices. You can see it automatically just starts foaming up. And the foam is what's doing the real cleaning power. You can also extend this to get inside of the crevice here. And this is something that should be done, if not bi-monthly, at least every like 4 months or so, just so you can keep up the natural look and feel of the leather. Yeah. And now we'll take a tan towel, which we've designated for our leather surfaces, and just wipe away any of the excess to reveal a nice dry finish. And then it's ready for the next step, which is going to be, in most cases, it's probably a leather conditioner, which is going to revive that leather smell, that really supple feel. But again, since this car is going to be sitting outside, we want something that's going to last longer, give it more protection, and that's where we're going to put some leather serum on there. What that is essentially, it can be thought of almost like a sunscreen for your leather, because leather is just like skin. If it's exposed to all kinds of harsh elements, that's what's going to start, really beating it up, and that's what gives it that really dry, rough look. So after we clean off the whole surface, then we're going to move on to the actual protection stages. But just for you guys, you see we're wearing gloves here, which is just a pro tip for those of you who are doing this for a mobile detail, or maybe the car is new to you and you don't want to get any kind of germs or anything from the previous owner. So wearing gloves is key because now you're going to keep your hands nice and clean. Also, if you're working on a customer's car, you want to make sure you take out all the personal effects, anything that could be, rolling around in the interior, because that's just professional. You can bag it up, put it in the trunk, and then let the owner know later on. But for you, obviously, there's nothing in here because it's still brand new. So I'm going to let you take over on this side. Same process. We're going to spray it on the surface or onto the brush, start scrubbing. Avoid the digicles of the electric seat, and then we'll move our way around the rest of the interior, the protection stages, so we can get the interior looking the best. So now Octavia's going to take his turn cleaning the seats because he's going to be the one that's maintaining this car because it is your vehicle. So what we have here is the BMW Vader seats. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to spray this onto the seat. This is our leather cleaner, as I mentioned. This is safe for any kind of leather goods such as your seats, your door panels, steering wheels, even use it around the house on your purses, your shoes, couches, basically any kind of leather goods. So you can get started there.
Hopefully I do it well. I've seen this 1,000 times, so let's see.
Just a few sprays onto the brush, and what this is going to do is going to agitate on the surface and it starts that foaming action. Just like when you're washing your hands, so you scrub, that's going to help lift off any of the grime that's on the surface. And then as we wipe it away, that's basically the rinsing part of the whole process to remove any of the excess. Using a clean microfiber towel. Again, we're using a tan towel because we've designated this for our leather goods. And this gets rid of any kind of body oils, any stains. Summer's right around the corner. We're going to have kind of lotions or maybe sunscreen. So this is a great way to keep your surfaces looking factory fresh. But also, this is going to remove any of those old dressings to give you that really shiny look.
I used to be the one, I used to be your getaway dreamer. I couldn't get enough, thinking that we would last forever.
So now that the seat is completely dry, what we're going to do is take our leather serum, which again, this is going to be that strong barrier protection that's going to, one, repel any kind of UV rays and kind of staining, but also it's going to help revive that leather scent as well as that nice supple leather feel. He's already shaken up the bottle. Now we're going to apply just a couple lines to the applicator pad. Again, we're using a tan applicator because, again, it's designated for all leather goods. And what we're going to start is blotch it out and then work it into the surface and give it a moment to kind of bond, adhere, and also penetrate the hide. And then we can even it out and then buff off any excess if you want more of a natural look. Because again, a lot of people don't like a very wet or very glossy looking leather, so this is going to give it more of a natural look, but also it's going to be protecting it for as long as possible. Now you want to start working into the surface so we have a nice even, shine there, even coverage. And this is going to give you protection for a few months, so as I mentioned, you want to keep applying this so that you can maintain that look, that make your leather feel really nice, it keeps it looking its best for as long as possible. So what I like to do is I'll use a cross-hatching pattern so that I can cover it all, and also don't be afraid to push it into the leather and all of the crevices because you want to make sure that it's completely protected so that it's not cracking, obviously. And also this is going to give you an even feel, even look, so don't be afraid to really work it into the leather. So as you see there, obviously those few lines, they spread out very thin, so you covered most of the seat, but don't be afraid to add additional coats or apply more to your applicator because again, there's nothing wrong with putting on too much protection. If it's too shiny or if it's still too wet, if it's excess product, just come back with a clean towel and buff it off. So we're gonna work our way around the rest of the interior. We have a lot of work to do because we still have the back seat, the passenger seat, the steering wheel, and I think a little bit of the dashboard to go. So we're gonna get on that. In the meantime, you guys can check out these products on our website, chemicalguys.com. If you think Octavio did a great job and should keep his job, be sure to give him a like, drop some comments down below about his brand new BMW or anything else you guys want to talk about. Also, you can check out The Kaiser for more cars like this. Octavio and myself are on Instagram, so be sure to follow us, like us, send us some messages, and we'll see you guys next time right here in the Detail Garage.
I used to be the one. I used to be your getaway dreamer. I couldn't get enough, thinking that we would last forever. Don't know what you're thinking of, slipping further out of reach. To the edge of town we could go, away from all the world to see. You were wild, trying to set yourself free. I didn't see the signs right in front of